Hello friends, my name is Marina and this is Rapunzel Fiber Arts. I'm so happy that you're here with me today. It's been a bit, but we can get into that a little bit later. Today, we are going to be doing some washing. I have this whole bin of gorgeous hand knit socks, a Milano tub that I have repurposed for washing purposes because it's nice sturdy plastic. And then I also have two sweaters that need a washing. This is the one that I made a couple months ago and wore to a wedding that me and my partner went to. And I haven't washed it since that wedding in October, and it's now December. So I'm gonna wash it and get it put away until the next time I wanna wear it. And then this is my favorite sturdy sweater. I'll put it on because it really is lovely. This was a Knit Picks pattern. I'll try to get the information if I can. It's pretty loose, but it is so warm. And the best part about this is that it's hand spun. This is hand spun from a Shetland fleece from Wing and a Prayer farm from a sheep named Wendy. It was her lamb fleece. And Wendy, I found out when I went to the Fiber Festival of New England, Wendy is still alive and kicking and making beautiful wool for Tammy White's farm, which is Wing and a Prayer farm. So if you are into fiber, go check it out. In addition to socks and sweaters, we have one more thing we're going to wash, but I have to make an announcement first. Alex, if you're watching, look away, turn off this video, come back after Christmas if you don't want spoilers for your Christmas present, which I know you don't. So go away. Is he gone now? Okay, so this is Alex's Christmas present. If anybody doesn't know Alex in person, which I know some of you don't, Alex loves foxes. Alex has always loved foxes. His first stuffed animal was a fox. The dog that he picked out, his family dog, looks a lot like a fox. Like, this is almost identical to his dog. So I went ahead and made him these mitts, which I think are called outfoxed mitts. I'll put some information down here or in the description box if you want more information. I'm working on the second one right now, but I want to get it blocked to make sure that it blocks out well. There are some parts, like right here, that are kind of bubbly, just because color work does that sometimes and my tension isn't perfect. I'm learning two-handed color work where you pick with one hand and wrap with the other, and I'm still figuring out my tension on that. So my tension isn't perfect, especially in these like larger gaps, but I think it's pretty good. They're nice, warm, snug mitts. My hands are about the same size as Alex's, so I think we should be good. But anyway, I had to make him leave before we showed off these mitts because I can't have any Christmas spoilers. We can't have that. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and wash all of these today. I also wanted to go ahead and say sorry about my little unannounced hiatus. Got a little bit overwhelmed with all the video content I was putting out in addition to real life stuff. So I needed to take a little bit of a breather and slow down. So I'm not going to be putting out 2 to 3 videos a week. I'm going to be putting out like 1 video a week, maybe 1 every other week. We'll see. But I wanted to kind of say sorry for not letting you know what was going on. If you were around at the time, I put out a couple like text messages in the YouTube channel about like not getting stuff out in time. That was me having a little bit of trouble getting stuff out. And now I'm better, and hopefully I can continue putting out lovely fiber arts content for you. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and wash some stuff now.
All right, friends, so here I go adding some soap to the water. This is just some unicorn fiber wash, which I buy in bulk because it's really, really great stuff for washing your woolens. Something like Euclid would also work great. And I'm just dumping in my socks, swishing them around in the soapy water a little bit to try to get them a little bit agitated so that soap gets all over them. And then I'm going to do a similar process with this mitt, which I wanted to mention to you is all hand spun. The white is from a Shetland Corriedale fleece, and the brown orangish color is a blend of a couple different shades of Shetland from World of Wool. So now I am just pulling these out of the water one by one, squeezing out as much of the liquid as I can, and also trying to remove any debris off the bottom of the socks. Because I have long hair and my partner has long hair, when we walk around the house, we tend to pick up hair on the bottom of our socks. The dog also helps with that. So, trying my best to remove that in this process as I squeeze out the water and get these ready for a rinse cycle. And then I will do the same process with that mitt, just squeezing out all of the water. I don't have to clean it beyond washing it. And then I will put these back in fresh water for a rinse cycle. Swish them around a little bit, give them a couple of minutes to soak, and then I will repeat the process of squeezing out as much of that liquid as I can, which I'm doing right here with that mitt, dumping out that tub of water, and then repeating the process with all of the socks. These socks are in my regular winter rotation. I love using my hand knit socks. They're mostly not hand spun. I think I have 2 pairs that have hand spun in here. One is pure hand spun and one is striped with a commercial yarn. As for the rest, some of them are just stuff that I picked up at my local yarn store. Some of them are from Valkyrie Fibers, and then one of my favorite pairs of socks in here is from Bumblebee Acre Farms, which was the red stripy one, which was their Stranger Things colorway, which I love fun colorway names. So once I get these all squeezed out, I'm going to go ahead and hang them to dry, and then they'll just dry over the next couple of days. So here I go setting up to do my sweaters and a hat that I found that needed to get washed. First we will put in this Shetland fleece that I spun up and knit this lovely vest out of. And then we have the Helix sweater by Jessie Made Designs, which is also out of hand spun. It's spun from some Valkyrie fibers as well as created by LCB. And then this hat is my dad's Jacques Cousteau hat, which we've talked about on here a little bit before, which is knit up and will be given to him as a Christmas present. But since I don't think he watches my videos, I don't have to worry about spoilers. Plus, I think he knows what he's getting. So I'm just squeezing all the water out of those so that these can go in for a nice rinse. Doing the same thing, trying not to let the sweaters stretch out too much with the weight of the water. So I'm kind of bundling them up and then squeezing them out. And then I am repeating the rinsing process just like I did with the socks and mitt. Just getting everything nice and submerged. You can see how wet that vest was, but they are in good shape to finish the rinsing process. And then I'm going to go ahead and squeeze as much water out as I can. I have another technique for getting a little more water out, which I'll show you in a moment. But for now, I'm just doing my best to squeeze out as much of that water as I can so that these dry as quickly as possible. And then I'll bring them downstairs to lay them flat and block them dry. Hello everybody, I am here on the floor and my dog is coming to see me. So you're gonna see him. Hi. Hi. Can I, oh thank you. I'm doing something. Can you go lay down? Can you go lay down? Please? Bear. Go lay down. You can do it right there if you want. You just gotta lay down. All right, so, no,
Down. Good boy. He's literally right here off camera. Down. Stay. It's hard when I'm on the floor. It's extra tempting. Now he's asking for belly rubs. Anyway, I have here, just out of camera, my 2 sweaters and a hat that I found for my dad that I finished up. I'm hoping to do a separate video about that, but if not, you'll see it here. That's a Christmas present too, but I don't think he watches my videos, so I didn't have to give a warning. So anyway, we've got 1 sweater here. They're both still fairly wet, so I'm squeezing out some of that. I just have a colander, or not a colander, that would be bad. I have a salad spinner here. So I've got like both the strainer and the bowl. And I'm just squeezing some excess water into there. And then I have some towels, which I'm gonna lay out. Put the sweater on it, fairly organized into a sweater-like shape. And then I just roll it up in the towel. And then we're gonna squeeze as much water out as we can. So it's all rolled up. You can barely see it in there, just like a sweater burrito. And then I'm gonna roll it like this, and then just get up on top of it and use my body weight to squeeze some of that water out. I know this isn't the best camera angle, but I wanted to make sure you could see what I was doing, more or less, without you being literally on the ground. All right, so this towel is now fairly wet. If I really wanted to squeeze all the water out, I would stand on it. But that would be even harder to show you what I was doing. So you can see that wet spot there and on the top there. That's good. That means we squeezed a whole bunch of water out. And then I'm gonna take the sweater, make sure it's oriented correctly, and then lay it out to block. I'm gonna properly block that later, but I wanna squeeze out the water out of my other sweater first. All right, so I laid out the towel. I've got my sweater, which is again, still quite wet. There's a puddle in there. So I'm just gonna do my best here. I've got a towel under what I'm doing just in case. But I'm trying to get some of that water out. Sorry about that. He's going to go lie down on his bed where he's comfy. All right, so we're squeezing as much of that water out as we can. More or less. All right, I'm gonna set these bins aside. We've still got the hat in there. Don't let me forget about that. And then I'm gonna lay out my vest in a somewhat organized shape. Like I want it to look like the vest when I lay it out. And then I'm rolling that up like this. And then I'm gonna roll it up like this. So it's just rolled both ways. And then again, I'm gonna get up on top of it and use my body weight to squeeze out as much of that water as I can. I know I'm just kind of showing you my chest, but luckily I wore a good buttoned up shirt today, so I'm not flashing the internet. All right. So that is pretty well squeezed out, and I'm gonna scoot over to this side so that I can lay out this vest. All right, and again, I'm gonna do a better job of that in a second. I just need to get that hat Pardon my reach. Squeeze all the water out of that I can. And then scoop that bucket of water aside. I'm coming over here and I'm just starting to lay this out in a sweater-like shape. I generally fold the arms over the chest area because I find that that saves some space. All right, that looks pretty good. That's a nice stretchy vest, so I don't have to worry about the shape too much. And this one, I generally try to make it as tall as I can. So I'll stretch it that way and then just neaten it up a little bit. And that should be fine. It's a pretty casual vest and it looks even to me. And I'm happy with that. And then we'll take the hat and just plop that down. I don't really block hats, I just wash them. And hopefully it won't be way too big for my dad's head. All right, so there we have all three items blocked. I already blocked the mitts. They're behind this door so Alex doesn't see them. And I think that's about it for this video. I'll give you a proper outro that's not me on the floor, but yeah. All right, friends, so there you go. I washed a whole bunch of hand knits, the socks, which I actually ended up putting on a drying rack, which lives in the bathtub when it dries stuff in the winter time. I didn't show you that because my bathroom isn't super clean right now and I didn't really feel like I had to share that, but rest assured they will be dry in a couple of days and back on my feet soon after. The sweaters and my dad's hat are hanging out on the floor. I showed you how I blocked those and got them most of the way dry. And my boyfriend's mitts are in the utility room, which is not aesthetic, but it should be hidden from him in the next couple of days before they're all the way dry and I can weave in ends and whatnot. But they're looking pretty good too. So I'm really happy with what I got done today. I feel like I was really productive, kind of checking some of that stuff off the list. The sweaters really needed to be washed and the socks were obviously starting to accumulate as well. So yeah, it was a good day. I'm feeling good. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you have anything you'd like to share with me, feel free to comment below, like and subscribe if you haven't already and you want to see more stuff like this. I hope you enjoyed the little cameo from my dog. He now hears me talking and is starting to get up, so I'm gonna sign off. But I hope that you take care, have a great day, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye, friends.